Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we have a very exciting book haul. I've got a very good collection of books to show you guys, different genres, everything like that. I got the majority of these books for my birthday, so my birthday was December 30th. The books I picked out myself, of course, but I was just given money to kind of go crazy in the bookshop, and that's exactly what I did, and I'm so excited to show you. I got a lot of these books from different kind of places, but anyways, without further ado, we'll open up the first package. I think I've got 2 books in here. I've been waiting to film this video so I can open this up. I've had my eye on one of these books for like not even that long now, but as soon as I heard about the book, I was like, I must own it. I must. So the first book I got is Heavenly Bodies by Imani Aru. And you guys, first of all, let's just take a look at this book cover. Is it not the most beautiful thing of all time? Oh my god. I saw Emmy post an Instagram reel about this book, and as soon as she talked about it, I was like, I need to own this book. I went online, tried to find it. I couldn't find it on my Amazon, so I had to purchase it from somewhere else because I live in New Zealand. So sometimes certain books are just kind of hard to get my hands on. As soon as she spoke about the synopsis for this book, I was like, I need to have it. So this is a celestial fantasy romance. I've never read anything like this before, and I just think that's so cool and so unique. I don't know if there's a lot of books like this out there, but if there is, I just haven't read them, of course. This book is very much giving like star-crossed lovers and fate and destiny, and yeah, wow. Oh my god, you guys, look at this. Like, look at this. I love anything celestial. I was obsessed with astrology. I still am. I just think this is gonna be so exciting. Like, look at the constellations. Look at that. It's so beautiful. I cannot wait to read this book. Then the next book I grabbed, I was very hesitant to get this book at first. Like, it's been popular for maybe like a few months now, maybe 6 months, I don't know, probably less than that. And I was a bit apprehensive. I was like, I just think it's gonna be overhyped. I don't know if I wanna read this book. But I decided to kind of pull the plug, and I was like, you know what? I am gonna read this book. So I ended up purchasing Quicksilver by Kelly Hart, and I did not realize how thick this book was. Like, it's a lot thicker than I thought. It's quite chunky. It is 600 pages, but I love the cover. Look how beautiful that is. Like the silver detailing. All I know about this is that it's a fae fantasy romance, and I think it's kind of spooky. And I believe the main guy, wait, I think I might be confusing this with another book. Is he like a phantom? Yes. Is he death? Honestly, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm not going to pretend to know much about this book. I've just seen so many people obsess over this book, and like I said, at first I was like, it's probably going to be overhyped, but I was like, you know what? I need to know if it is overhyped or not. I need to know for myself, and I got major FOMO, so I ended up picking it up. And you know what? I will read it soon, and I will let you guys know if it is overhyped or not, but I'm very excited nonetheless. Okay, and then I got The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. From what I know, this is like an ancient Egypt, like ancient Cairo fantasy romance. And I just think that sounds so fascinating. I don't know if it's super heavy on the romance, maybe more of like a fantasy with a romance subplot. I've heard there's a lot of ancient Egyptian mythology woven into this book, and that just sounds so enticing and just so fun. And I don't think I've read any other book like this before. One of my mum's work friends, she read this book and she recommended it to mum, and then she recommended it to me, and I was like, you know what, I've heard good things about this book, so I just decided it's time to pick it up, and I just love it. I really love the book cover, and it just seems like it's going to be different to other fantasies that I've read, so I'm very excited. Then I got The Rachel Incident by Caroline O'Donoghue. I absolutely hate this book cover. I'm so sad about this. When I ordered it, I thought I was gonna get the like indie published original cover, which is so much cuter. But you guys, look at this cover. And it has this like little TikTok sticker. It's not even a sticker, like this is built into the cover. I was absolutely devastated when this came. I was like, this is so ugly. Which is fine, but like, you know, I'm not a fan. I picked this up because lately I've been really enjoying literary fictions, especially ones that focus on topics of friendship and love. I just think they're so much more interesting and better written, in my opinion, than the contemporary genre. And I just really am excited to read this book. I believe this is set in Ireland, And yeah, it's set in Cork. This is a story, I believe, like a coming of age sort of story, but more coming of age like in your 20s, not when you're younger, about these two people who have like a very messy relationship. And I think it's just their story, really, kind of giving normal people, but I think might be a bit more messy than normal people. I don't know, I've heard such good things about it. I'm just really enjoying this genre at the minute, and I want to read more books within this genre. It's definitely a favorite of mine, or it's becoming a favorite of mine, I think. Then I got The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. You guys already know by now, I love Dan Brown. I love his books. They are so much fun. So much fun. My best friend recently read this book and she loved it. And from my understanding, this is about the Freemasons. Best thing about Dan Brown is his fusion between like facts about history and art and artwork and architecture, all that. But he also, of course, blends it in with fiction. So it's a fiction story, it's an adventurous, fun story, but you do learn a lot, and that's just so much fun for me. Honestly, if you haven't read one of his books, start with the Da Vinci Code. Actually, I think you're meant to start with Angels and Demons. His books are like interconnected standalone, so you don't have to start there. I personally started with the Da Vinci Code, and oh my god, what a book. Luckily for me, I'd never seen the movie before I read it, so when I read it, my jaw was on the ground. I had such a good time reading that book, and yeah, he just writes the most fun books ever. Just before I show you guys the next books, I want to give you an update on how I've been feeling after taking Magic Mind for maybe, I believe it's been 23 consecutive days now, and I cannot even begin to tell you how good this stuff is. It's so good. I've actually unfortunately ran out of it because I also got my partner to try it. So I was sent 30 boxes and I gave him 7 to have in a row. So he took my 7 and he's also been so obsessed with it. I can't even begin to tell you how amazing it's been for my mental clarity and my energy, especially considering how busy I've been right now. I do YouTube full time, I work a full-time job. So these little magic bottles have been a lifesaver for me. I'm gonna have to order some more. I can feel the effect of not having it compared to when I do. Like 100%, I can feel it in the brain, without a doubt. When they first reached out to me, I told my partner Jamie about it because he is obsessed with health drinks, mental performance drinks, anything like that. And he was like, oh my god, Magic Mind, I've always wanted to try them. He was so excited. And they really are worth the hype. They are so good. If your goal for 2025 is also to improve your energy and your sleep, then click the link in the description below because for the first time, the 24-hour focus and sleep pack is 45% off. This will all be linked down below. Thank you so much to Magic Mind for sponsoring this portion of the video.
Your security, there's no guarantee on anything. And I'll take care of you along the way. My love, one day at a time, will leave our troubles behind. And you'll take care of me along the way. My love, one day at a time, will leave our troubles behind.
The next book I picked up is This Woven Kingdom. This is the same author that wrote the Shatter Me series. I've never read the Shatter Me series, but I fear that it might be too YA for me. Is this YA? It might be, but I just don't think it's going to be as YA as Shatter Me. I've heard such fantastic things about this series and also just about her writing. I've heard she's got very poetic and beautiful writing. I think in this series there's a love triangle. I am a love triangle lover through and through. I know a lot of people hate a love triangle. I don't. I love it. I think it's so much fun. And if anything, it just adds to the plot. And it's almost like, I don't know, the anticipation of who's she gonna choose. And also it's really fun for me as a reader to be like, who do I want her to end up with? It's so fun. It is so much fun. And I believe this has Persian mythology woven into it, which is gonna be so exciting. Oh, the book itself is just so gorgeous. I also love the cover for all the books in the series. I think there's going to be 5 books in the series, but there's only 3 out right now. But I love the way they look. I just think they're so beautiful. The next book I got is And the Mountains Echoed by Khaled Hosseini. Now, I've read 2 of his books, and both of the books so far have been a 5-star for me. So I read The Kite Runner recently, 6-star book for me, and I also read A Thousand Splendid Suns a while ago, also like a 5-6-star book for me. It's so phenomenal. Both made me sob, and both have just stuck in my heart. And I saw this book and I was like, you know what? Surely his other book is also going to be just as amazing, because I love his writing style. I love the way he tells you stories. I love the way he sucks you in. When you read his books, you feel like you're there. Like, he can just transport you, and he is such a phenomenal storyteller. Honest to God, I love this man. I love his writing. All of his books are set in Afghanistan, and this one seems like it's not going to be as heartbreaking. I hope it's not going to be as heartbreaking as The Kite Runner and A Thousand Splendid Suns. I'm hoping this one is still going to be emotional and impactful, but just hopefully less devastating than those books. So I will let you guys know. Right, and then I picked up a book that I don't know why I haven't read sooner, because I am a dark academia lover through and through. That book is If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I love The Secret History so much, so much. And a lot of people compare this book to The Secret History, and a lot of people say that this book is much better than The Secret History. We'll see about that. I love The Secret History so much, and I think I love it so much because in The Secret History they study classics and they study ancient Greek and philosophy, but I believe in this one they are studying Shakespeare. Now, I'm not the biggest Shakespeare lover. I don't mind Shakespeare, but I wouldn't say I'm like, oh my god, Shakespeare. I don't know, a lot of his plays, I'm not super interested in Shakespeare, which is kind of why I put this book off for a long time. I thought that I had to know about Shakespeare to love this book, but apparently not. It definitely helps, but you don't need to know about Shakespeare's plays to really absorb and enjoy this book. Once I read this, I will let you guys know, but I'm very excited, and I think I'm gonna read it once it gets to winter. So once it's like June, July, and a bit more dark and spooky, I'll pick this book up. Another book that I got that was recommended by Emmy. This is a book that I believe Emmy has blown up all over TikTok and BookTube and all of that. It is Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. This book has been on my feed so much. I can't stop seeing it, and everyone that's reading it is absolutely loving it. And once again, I got FOMO. I have to know. Also, I love the book cover, and I love that the pages are white. This is an indie published book, and I love indie published books. I just think they look so good. I love the feeling of the matte covers. I love the stark white paper. I just really love the way they look. Like, if you compare it to like a normal book, the pages are so white. I just love the way they feel. Like, I like the binding. Anyways, I don't know much about this book. All I know is that it's a fantasy romance and everyone's eating it up. Everyone is eating it up, and I want to know what the hype is about. I really do. So yeah, I will let you guys know once I read this book, my thoughts on it, and I think I'm gonna read this book very soon. Even though it's not on my TBR, as soon as I got it in the mail, I was like, I need to know what this book is all about. So I'll keep you posted. Another book that I recently picked up, which I actually got for free, even though of course like it's birthday shopping, so it's always going to be free, but the actual bookshop owner gave this book to me for free because the bookshop is closing down, and they had a sign up on the window saying if you can find the owner's favorite book, you will get that book for free. Now, I didn't even see that sign. I just bought this book because it looks amazing, and when I went up to the counter, the guy was like, oh my god, this is my favorite book, you can get it for free. And I was like, and the book is The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. This book, first of all, I really love the book cover. I don't know why. And it's got like that kind of shiny material. I love it. So this book was actually recommended to me by ChatGPT. So what I did a while ago, I went to ChatGPT and I said, hi ChatGPT, here's a list of all of my favorite books of all time. This is what I love about a book, and this is kind of things that I enjoy in a book that tends to make me rate it 5 stars. Can you recommend me a book that you think I will rate 5 stars? And this is the book that popped up. From the back of it, this book is about the love of books. And it's a book celebrating books, essentially. Kind of like a story within a story. I love books like that so much. It's set in Barcelona, post-World War II. And that's kind of all I really know about it. I did a story of me with this book the other day, and a lot of people replied to my Instagram saying, oh my god, this book is amazing, one of my favorite books of all time. And now I'm even more excited to read it. So hopefully it is a 5-star, and if it is, then ChatGPT is going to be my go-to book recommendation person. Not person. You get the gist. But yeah, hopefully it's good. My camera just died, so I had to change the angle. But the next book I got is Trust by Hernan Diaz. Now this won the Booker Prize in 2022, and I've decided that I want to read a lot more prized books this year. Because you know what, guys? Believe it or not, believe it or not, the prizes don't really lie. Some of these books are actually phenomenal, and they won that prize for good reason. I know, it blew my mind too. It really did. My bad, it did not win, but it was long listed. So that's fine. This one just sounds right up my alley. Now, I've really been into general fiction lately, and I think the reason I've been getting more into it is because, you know, as much as I love thrillers and fantasy romance, etc., sometimes they can get repetitive, follow similar themes, follow similar storyline. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they can get a tiny bit repetitive, but the beauty of general fiction is that they're not repetitive at all. Each story is generally very, very unique because a general fiction is so broad. You know, you can do so much with it, whereas with a fantasy romance, you can only do so much. Again, you can get so creative in it, but at the end of the day, with the love interest and the world and politics within it, it can get a tiny bit repetitive. Same with thrillers, and my god, same with contemporary romance. That is definitely the most repetitive genre in my opinion. I've actually never heard of this book before, but I was shopping in that way where like you really browse the bookshop, you know, like you pick up each book, you read the back of it, you read the first few pages, etc. I was taking my time, and I love book shopping that way. It's so fun. Like book shopping with no purpose and no idea of what you want to buy. Oh, the best. So let me read the back of it for you. A Wall Street tycoon and his young wife rise to the top of New York society in an age of excess and speculation. Now, I love any sort of fame, money kind of book. I don't know what it is. Specifically set in New York. Done. But now a novelist is threatening to reveal the secrets behind their marriage, and the wealthy man's story of greed, love, and betrayal is about to slip from his grasp. This book brings us on a quest for truth while confronting the lies that often live buried in the human heart. Doesn't that just sound so good? Let me tell you guys something. I love a book about scandal. Give it to me. It's so fun. I said it in one of my earlier videos. I live a very peaceful life. Like, I stay out of drama, I stay out of scandal, I be minding my own business. I stay in my own lane. I'm having the best time. I'm having the best time in my bubble. But I love to get some fun, interesting scandal from books. And this one seems like it's going to be more sad kind of scandal, but nonetheless, it's going to be so interesting. Tell me the secrets in their marriage. What did they do? When I went to the counter, the lady working there was like, oh my god, I love this book. You're going to have the best time. I love that. So yeah, I cannot wait to read this book. The next book I got, which I don't know if I showed in a video or not, but it's The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen. This is a fantasy romance, and I believe it's got Greek mythology woven into it. And I definitely know that there's trials in this book, and apparently like that's the best part of the book. I think each Olympian Greek god chooses someone to like compete on their behalf in this competition. I don't know. That's sort of what I picked up on it from hearing about it. And apparently it's really, really fast paced, really fun, and just a good page turner. And sometimes that's all you want in a fantasy romance. Sometimes I just want to be hooked. I want to binge read it. I'm in the mood to like, you know, eat it up. And I'm hoping this book is going to give me that. And it's actually on my TBR for this month, so I'm going to be reading it. So you will see my review on it sometime soon. The last thing I got is actually my first ever special editions of any book. I'm not really one to buy special editions, so mom actually bought these for me, and they are so beautiful. It is the first 3 Harry Potters, and they are in this beautiful case. First of all, oh my god, they're so heavy. Let me just show you guys the inside of these books. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. They've actually only made these special editions for the first 3 books, because if they made them for the other books, then they would be like this big. This big. So this is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. You guys, it's got like, I don't know if you can see. You know what? I'm gonna flip the camera around so you can see. Here it is. It is so beautiful. And the illustrations inside, you guys. How beautiful this book is. It also has little like pop-out features. Like, look at this. It's his letter. It's his acceptance letter into Hogwarts and like the things that he needs to buy. You are kidding me. Wow. And it's the dining hall during Christmas. It's just so gorgeous. My God. Like, look at the illustrations, you guys. It's so stunning. Then this is the Chamber of Secrets. Oh, look, this is him going down to Diagon Alley. Look, whee! Oh, it's so fun. And this is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Just look at this, you guys. If I did ASMR, I feel like these books would be so good for ASMR. Like the tapping. You're kidding me. You are kidding me. Look at this. It's the map. Oh, so cool. Like, look at this artwork, you guys. It's so gorgeous. Wow. And look. Okay guys, and that wraps up the books that I got. I am definitely gonna have to go on a book buying ban. I've got way too many books now. I don't think this is normal to have this many books on your TBR, by the way. I really don't think it's normal. If I wasn't a book content creator, I would never do this. I would never have this many books on my TBR. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, I wish I had that many unread books, just know that I don't think this is normal. So please don't feel bad if you don't own this many books, and please don't feel bad if you don't get gifted this many books for your birthday or anything like that. It's purely because I make content about books. Before I made content about books, I would mostly read on my Kindle. Like, the majority of the books I'd read before in the past were stored in my Kindle. So yeah, just a little disclaimer, just to please not feel bad, and please don't think this is normal, because I don't think it's normal. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my book haul. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of these books I got. I feel like I got a very good selection of books. I'm very happy with what I got. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.